Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a vast, serene lake, the surface as smooth as glass, untouched by ripples. Suddenly, someone throws a pebble, breaking the calm, creating waves that echo across the water. But as quickly as they disrupted it, the lake returns to stillness, unaffected, stronger in its silent power. You are that lake, and those who once disturbed your peace will feel the pull to return, drawn back by the strength and calm they couldn't fully understand the first time. Welcome, powerful minds, to another journey into the depths of dark Stoic psychology, a path not of manipulation, but of mastering yourself so profoundly that they'll feel the change long after you've moved on. Today, we're uncovering a truth that's as simple as it is profound. To bring people back to you, to make them feel an almost magnetic pull toward you, requires no begging, no games, no theatrics. It's about becoming someone so resilient, so grounded, that the thought of losing you becomes a wake-up call for them. In other words, the more complete and self-sufficient you are, the more they'll be drawn to the strength you possess. Too often, we find ourselves in relationships, romantic, platonic, even professional, where we become overly invested in keeping someone in our lives. We overextend, over-explain, and give far too much of ourselves in an attempt to maintain their attention. In doing so, we mistakenly believe that this eagerness will bring them closer. But here's the reality. The more we chase, the further they pull away. Instead, the secret to bringing people back to you isn't in trying harder. It's in transforming yourself into something they simply can't ignore. As Rumi once said, "Why are you so busy with this or that, or good or bad? Pay attention to how things blend." We're often so focused on making things work that we fail to recognize the value of letting them come to us on their own. Imagine a rare gem hidden in a secluded cave. Only those willing to seek, climb, and withstand the journey can find it. It doesn't need to advertise its value. It simply exists, quietly drawing in those who recognize its worth. This is the energy you want to embody. Becoming this person requires embracing a few key principles rooted in Stoic psychology, principles that guide you to harness the art of detachment, to maintain an unshakable inner peace, and to let your value shine without seeking outside validation. The first and most crucial aspect of this transformation is learning to let go of the need for their approval or validation. This is what the Stoics call emotional detachment. It's not about shutting yourself off or being cold. It's about becoming so centered in your own worth that their actions no longer dictate your peace. As Epictetus wisely taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By mastering your reactions, by allowing yourself to remain unaffected by their presence or absence, you become like a fortress, unmoved, solid, a symbol of resilience that others naturally gravitate toward. Think about a powerful river flowing through a valley. It doesn't stop to convince anyone of its beauty. It simply flows unwavering through all seasons and weather. It carves its path without apology, and people are drawn to its power, its steadiness. By embodying this mindset, you're no longer just someone they pass by. You become the river, a force they can't ignore, even if they tried. Another essential component of dark Stoic psychology is to embrace the concept of scarcity. People desire what's rare, what they can't easily obtain or control. When you make yourself endlessly available, when you bend over backward to accommodate others, you inadvertently diminish your value in their eyes. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your mind is constantly focused on pleasing others, on being at their beck and call, You're letting them color your existence. Instead, become like a rare book locked away in a glass case, available only to those who genuinely appreciate its contents. Let them wonder about you. Let them work to reach you, and soon, they'll be the ones stepping toward your door, recognizing the value they almost lost. And here's where the magic lies. When you detach from the need for their attention, you shift the power dynamic. You're no longer the one left waiting, hoping for a chance. Instead, you're building a life, a version of yourself that's rich and complete with or without them. As Seneca once stated, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The need for them to choose you is an illusion, a self-imposed limitation. The moment you release it, you allow yourself the freedom to live fully. And paradoxically, this freedom is what pulls them back to you. Picture yourself as a mountain, standing firm, unbothered by the winds of rejection, unaffected by the temporary presence or absence of others. A mountain doesn't sway or shift to meet people's desires. It remains grounded in its place, offering its beauty to those who have the strength and respect to approach it. When you become this mountain, rooted, steady, and unwavering in your self-worth, you create a sense of intrigue and attraction that's impossible to fake. In the following segments, we'll delve deeper into the essential techniques and principles of dark Stoic psychology that will help you cultivate this magnetic presence. This journey isn't about pretending to be aloof or using reverse psychology. It's about creating authentic internal changes that make you captivating and unforgettable. When you truly own your worth, when you stop feeling the need to prove yourself, people feel it. They sense that you're no longer bound by their approval and that you're a person who stands firm with or without them. If you're ready to become that person, if you're prepared to step into a version of yourself that's so complete, so whole, that they can't help but notice, then join me as we explore these transformative principles. Get ready to let go of the chase, to release the need for validation, and to harness the quiet power that makes them come to you. Today, we're diving into the art of becoming someone they'll be drawn to, someone they can't easily forget. Let's take a moment to embrace the power of affirmation. When we affirm something, we're not just speaking words into the air. We're setting an intention, planting a seed that shapes our mindset and actions. Affirmations are like powerful anchors that ground us in our truth, strengthening our commitment to ourselves and drawing others to us in ways we may not even expect. With each affirmation, you're telling the world and yourself that you're ready to step into a life of confidence, respect, and undeniable value. Today's affirmation is simple, yet it holds the power to completely shift how others see you and how you see yourself. They'll come back because I stand strong. If this resonates with you, drop this phrase in the comments to solidify your intention. Let it be a reminder that you don't chase, you don't compromise your worth. Instead, you hold steady, knowing that what's meant for you will be drawn back to you naturally. And if you're finding value in this journey of self-mastery, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to keep creating content that empowers and uplifts you on this path. Number 1, cut the apron strings. Break free from needing their approval. Imagine this. You're a bird sitting high up on a tree branch, the world below filled with movement and noise, but here in your own space, you feel a sense of calm and strength. You're not bound by the need to be seen or heard by everyone passing below. You are free, standing on your own, unburdened. This is the kind of freedom that comes when you cut the apron strings, when you stop needing approval or validation from others and start living life on your terms. Breaking free from the need for others' approval is the first and perhaps the most essential step toward becoming a person they simply can't ignore. When you rely on others' opinions, you become like a tree, swaying in every direction, constantly bending to the winds of others' expectations. But when you stop seeking their validation, you transform. You become grounded, steady, and people are drawn to that silent confidence, like moths to a flame. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." At first, this might seem strange. Why would you want people to think of you in that way? But his wisdom reveals something important. Real strength comes from letting go of the need to be understood or praised. Only by standing in your truth, without needing others to approve or even understand, do you gain the power that draws people to you. True freedom is about owning who you are without apology. And when you do this, those who may have looked away start to turn their gaze back to you, curious about the strength you carry within. Think of a mountain standing tall and silent. It doesn't move or change shape because someone wants it to. It's immovable, firm, and unapologetic in its place. People can come and admire it, but the mountain doesn't ask for approval. It simply exists, powerful and unyielding. This is the energy you want to cultivate. When you let go of needing their approval, you become as captivating as that mountain, grounded, timeless, and quietly powerful. So how do you cut the apron strings and free yourself from the need for validation? First, recognize where this need comes from. Often it's rooted in a fear of rejection, in the deep-seated worry that if you're not accepted, you're somehow less than. But this belief is a trap, and it's one that keeps you tethered to other people's opinions, never fully experiencing your own strength. By releasing this fear, by stepping away from the need to be liked or accepted, you open the door to a new level of inner freedom and resilience. The Stoic approach is about focusing on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, your character. When you focus solely on these, you begin to feel a strength that no one else's opinion can touch. It's like the roots of a tree sinking deep into the earth. No matter how fierce the storm above, those roots hold strong. You become a person who doesn't sway with every breeze, who doesn't crumble under every critical gaze. Instead, you remain steady, true to yourself, and others feel that strength in ways they might not even understand. Imagine yourself as a rare, unmarked trail in a vast forest. You're not advertising your path. You're not waving signs begging people to walk your way. Yet those who notice the trail feel a deep curiosity, a pull to explore what lies beyond. When you no longer need approval, you become like that trail. You're quietly, confidently inviting people to approach and admire without making yourself overly accessible or available. This sense of mystery, of standing firmly without validation, draws people in naturally. They begin to wonder what makes you so calm, so assured, and that's when they start to feel the pull, the magnetic curiosity about who you are and why you don't need them to confirm your worth. The beauty of cutting the apron strings is that you stop living as an extension of someone else's view. You step fully into your own life, defining yourself on your terms, not theirs. And paradoxically, when you stop trying to meet their expectations, they often come back, captivated by this new, grounded version of you. This isn't about playing games or being distant. It's about showing them that you're whole on your own. So take this step today. Embrace the freedom of living without the need for their approval. Start building a life that feels true to you, a life where your worth is determined by your own actions, not by the whim of others. Stand firm, grounded in who you are, and watch as they start to notice the strength you carry. Here's your affirmation. I am free from needing anyone's approval to feel whole. Write this in the comments to seal your commitment. Let it be a reminder that your strength, your worth, doesn't depend on anyone's validation, but your own. And if this message resonates with you, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that uplifts and empowers you on this journey of self-mastery. Number 2, hit the ground running. Immerse yourself in your passions. Imagine waking up every morning with a fire in your soul, feeling like every action you take brings you closer to something meaningful. There's nothing quite like the lure of someone who's truly alive, fully engaged with their own passions, unapologetically devoted to their journey. When you're living in alignment with what drives you, people notice. They can feel it, the energy, the excitement, the purpose. They see someone who isn't waiting around, who isn't relying on others for fulfillment, and this makes you irresistibly magnetic. Welcome to the idea of hit the ground running, a principle rooted in immersing yourself completely in your own life and passions. This isn't about pretending to be busy or feigning independence. It's about pouring yourself so deeply into your own journey that others are drawn to you, not because you need them, but because they're captivated by the fire within you. Think about a well-built locomotive, powerful and relentless, thundering down the tracks. This train isn't concerned with who's watching it, who's along for the ride, or who's impressed. It moves forward with purpose, unshaken, heading toward a destination it's set to reach. That's the energy you need to embody in your life. When you immerse yourself in your passions, your goals, dreams, the things that light you up, you become like that locomotive. People are drawn to your momentum, your drive, and they'll want to be part of your journey simply because it's inspiring to witness. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By immersing yourself in your passions, you not only overcome obstacles, but you transform them into the fuel that propels you forward. Every challenge you face becomes part of the journey, a stepping stone rather than a setback. When others see this resilience, this dedication, they can't help but feel an urge to be close to someone who moves with such purpose. Now you might wonder, how does this draw people back to me? Here's the answer. People are instinctively attracted to those who don't need external validation to feel whole. When you're fully committed to your own life and passions, you're not placing your happiness in someone else's hands. You're not waiting around hoping they'll give you a reason to feel complete. Instead, you're already fulfilled, already thriving, and that independence is captivating. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall on a cliff. It doesn't call out for attention. It doesn't chase after boats to guide. It simply shines its light unwaveringly. And yet, it's this steadfast presence that naturally draws ships toward it. When you're deeply immersed in your passions, you become like that lighthouse. You don't need to chase after people or seek approval. Instead, your own drive, your light, becomes a beacon that others can't ignore. But let's get practical. Hitting the ground running with your passions means setting aside time for what excites you, for what makes you feel alive. It could be a career goal, a personal project, a hobby you love, or even self-improvement. Whatever it is, give it your full energy and attention. The more you focus on what lights you up, the more naturally attractive you become. People start to see you as someone who's got a purpose, a life of their own that they'll want to be a part of. By immersing yourself in your passions, you show others that your happiness doesn't hinge on their presence or approval. You're too busy building a life you love, and ironically, that's precisely what will make them want to be around you. People are inspired by those who take charge of their own journey, who don't wait for permission to live fully. As the saying goes, be so busy improving yourself that you have no time to criticize others or worry about who's watching. This mindset is powerful. It's the mindset of someone who knows their worth and is fully engaged in their own growth. So, if you're ready to step into this power, if you're ready to live a life that's brimming with purpose, start immersing yourself in what you love. Don't worry about who's noticing. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, on doing what makes you feel alive. Let others see your passion, your drive, and soon enough, they'll be drawn to your journey, captivated by the life you're creating. Here's an affirmation to solidify this mindset. I am fully immersed in my passions. My life is rich and fulfilling because I choose to pursue what I love. Write this affirmation in the comments to anchor it into your consciousness. Remember, you're not here to chase anyone or prove anything. You're here to live a life that fulfills you. If this message resonates with you, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels us to continue creating content that empowers and uplifts you, helping you step fully into the person you're meant to be. Number 3, draw a line in the sand. Set boundaries that command respect. Imagine you're standing on a beach at sunrise, the horizon painted in shades of gold and pink, watching the waves gently meet the shore. You pick up a stick and, with intention, draw a bold line in the sand right at the water's edge. It's a clear message, a boundary that speaks volumes. This is where you stop. This is where I begin. In relationships and life, this act of setting boundaries is no different. When you draw a line in the sand, you define the limits of what you'll accept, inviting others to respect the space that makes you whole. Boundaries aren't walls. They're the foundation of your worth, and when you enforce them, you become someone people can't help but respect. In relationships, setting boundaries often feels daunting, as though it might push people away. But here's the paradox. Boundaries don't distance people who respect you, they attract. By defining what's acceptable, you're showing that you value yourself, which naturally makes others value you too. Like the ancient Stoic Epictetus once said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. This is about knowing your worth, honoring it, and drawing that line in the sand that says, this is what I stand for, and I won't bend. Think of boundaries like a rare, high-end restaurant in the city. This place doesn't stay open 24/7, nor does it let just anyone walk in unreserved. Instead, it has specific hours, a selective menu, and requires a reservation. You can't just wander in and expect the restaurant to accommodate you. This exclusivity, these boundaries, don't make it less attractive. They make it irresistible. People value what they have to work to attain. When you set boundaries, you're saying that your time, your energy, and your presence are just as valuable and worthy of respect. Boundaries aren't about creating distance. They're about creating respect. They're the quiet power that lets others know you're not willing to be treated casually or taken for granted. In relationships, when you establish what's acceptable and what's not, you create a standard of respect that others must rise to meet. This standard doesn't make you difficult. It makes you worth every effort. Like a lighthouse standing firm on a rocky shore, you're immovable, clear in your purpose, radiating strength without a single word. The people who recognize your value will gravitate toward that light, respecting the boundaries that keep you strong. Here's where the magic lies. When you draw a line in the sand, when you say no to disrespect or mistreatment, you're telling others that you're not afraid to be on your own. You don't need them to validate your worth, and that self-assuredness is exactly what makes you someone worth pursuing. People are naturally drawn to those who are firm in their values because it's rare, and rare things are treasured. As the saying goes, stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. Boundaries are your stand, your declaration to the world that you know who you are and won't compromise your self-respect for anyone. Imagine you're a beautifully bound, limited edition book kept behind glass in a quiet library. Not everyone gets to touch it. Not everyone even knows it's there. Only those who truly appreciate its contents, who are patient enough to unlock its stories, are allowed access. This isn't arrogance, it's reverence for what you bring to the table. When you set boundaries, you create a space that only those who truly respect you are invited into, and by making others work to earn your trust, your respect, and your time, you're reinforcing your own value. Drawing that line in the sand means knowing that your presence is a privilege, not a given. When you stand firm in your boundaries, you're not being cold, you're honoring yourself. Those who truly see your worth will come to understand that respecting your limits is not only a sign of maturity, it's a path to knowing you deeply. Boundaries give you back your power, allowing you to show up in relationships from a place of strength, not need. Now, here's your challenge. The next time you feel pressured to say yes, when your heart says no, remember the line in the sand. You're the keeper of your own peace, and by standing firm, you invite only those who respect you into your life. Boundaries aren't barriers. They're gateways that separate those who genuinely care from those who don't. So, take a deep breath and embrace the power of setting limits that honor you. I am worthy of respect, and my boundaries define my worth. If this resonates with you, drop this affirmation in the comments. Let it be a reminder that you stand firm in who you are, unapologetically. And if this message brought clarity and strength to your journey, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Number 4, play hard to get. Be the rare gem, not the common coin. Imagine walking through a bustling market among the endless rows of goods. There's one rare gem, a sparkling treasure locked behind glass, elusive and unique. This gem doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. Its rarity speaks for itself, drawing curious onlookers and determined seekers. This is the energy you want to embody. You are not an everyday coin passed from hand to hand. You are that rare gem, valuable and unique, waiting for someone who recognizes your worth. When you play hard to get, you're not playing games. You're choosing to honor your value in relationships, friendships, and even professional connections. Many people make the mistake of being too readily available, eager to please, always at the other person's beck and call. But what does that communicate? It tells others that your time and presence are easily accessible, like a common coin anyone can have. Instead, let's redefine how we approach connections by adopting a timeless principle of attraction. Be a rare gem, one that isn't easily obtained or understood. When people see that they must put in real effort to reach you, they'll not only appreciate you more, but will instinctively feel a pull toward your unique presence. Think of it this way: people crave what they can't easily have. Imagine 2 books, one widely available in every store, and another that's an old, rare edition tucked away in a private library. Which one intrigues you more? The more challenging one, the one you have to put effort into acquiring, right? This same psychology applies to human connections. When you aren't always available, When you guard your time and energy like the rare treasure they are, people naturally feel compelled to get closer. Rare is the union of beauty and purity, said the philosopher Juvenal. In your case, that beauty is your inner worth and self-respect, qualities that shine brightly when you hold yourself with dignity. Embracing this rare gem mindset doesn't mean you have to be cold or play mind games. Quite the opposite. It's about honoring your own value, knowing that you are worth the effort it takes to earn a place in your life. Think of yourself as a lighthouse. You stand tall, shining brightly, but you don't move or chase anyone down. Those who seek you must come to you, navigate the rocky waters, and prove that they are worthy of standing in your light. This also doesn't mean ignoring people or pretending to be too busy. It's about knowing your priorities and respecting your boundaries. When you hold yourself in high regard, you create a natural allure that others can't ignore. People sense when someone has a strong, independent life filled with purpose and passion. This kind of energy radiates a quiet confidence that's both attractive and inspiring. It's the mystery, the challenge, the respect for your own time and worth that makes others eager to be part of your world. Now, you might wonder, if I pull back, won't they just move on? But that's precisely the point. Those who are genuinely drawn to you will make the effort. The ones who are only there for convenience will fall away. This is the beauty of being the rare gem. It's not about pushing people away. It's about seeing who values you enough to step forward. People who truly respect and admire you will come closer, not out of obligation, but out of genuine desire. Consider the moon and the tides. The moon doesn't pull the ocean towards it by reaching down or making itself readily available. It simply exists, distant and mysterious, drawing the tides towards it with its gravitational pull. This is the effect you create when you play hard to get, not as a tactic, but as a reflection of your self-worth. People are naturally attracted to those who know their value and don't give themselves away too easily. As you step into this mindset, remember that you are a person of value, someone who deserves meaningful connections, not fleeting attention. You're not an option to be picked up and put down at someone else's convenience. You're a rare, valuable soul who knows their worth, and those who see your value will come to you. Not because you chased them, but because they were drawn in by the quiet strength of someone who honors themselves. To ground yourself in this truth, repeat this affirmation. I am a rare gem, valuable and worthy of genuine effort. Write this phrase in the comments to claim it, to own it. Let it be your reminder to never settle for less than you deserve. If this resonates with you, if you're ready to embrace your worth and let others come to you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating empowering content that uplifts and inspires. Remember, you're worth the effort, and those who see that will gladly rise to meet it. Number 5. Let sleeping dogs lie. Resist the urge to chase. Imagine this. You're walking through a quiet forest, and up ahead you spot a resting wolf, majestic, composed, completely unbothered by your presence. The wolf doesn't leap to follow you or grow desperate for attention. Instead, it stays still, watching you calmly, radiating strength in its quiet indifference. That's the power of letting sleeping dogs lie, of resisting the urge to chase or seek validation from others. When you don't feel compelled to run after people, your energy transforms, and others begin to see you with new eyes, drawn in by your calm confidence and self-assured presence. The desire to chase is natural. We all want to feel chosen, validated, and acknowledged. But here's the paradox. The more you chase, the more distant people become. The art of letting sleeping dogs lie lies in allowing things to unfold on their own, without forcing a connection or trying to control the outcome. By practicing patience and self-restraint, you're not just choosing peace over anxiety, you're sending a message of self-worth. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." By choosing not to chase, you might initially feel foolish or fear that you're doing the wrong thing. But it's precisely this choice that brings true freedom and respect. Think of yourself as a rare hidden trail in a vast forest. You don't need to call attention to yourself. Those who truly value the journey will seek you out. When you resist the urge to chase, you cultivate a presence that's naturally alluring, a presence that others can't easily ignore. People sense when someone is at peace with themselves, and they feel drawn to the mystery and strength that come with it. Just as you're naturally curious about that unmarked trail, others will feel that same pull toward you when you allow things to flow without pushing. When you stop chasing, you also create a sense of scarcity, a quiet strength that invites others to reconsider their position in your life. No longer are you at their beck and call. Instead, you're someone who values your time and peace, someone who won't compromise their worth just to hold on to others. This shift in energy is palpable, and soon enough, they'll begin to sense the change and feel the need to bridge the distance themselves. Here's a metaphor to consider. Think of yourself as a mountain. No matter how many people attempt to climb it, the mountain stands firm, unchanging, unbothered by who chooses to climb or walk away. It doesn't bend, shrink, or change for anyone. Yet people are drawn to it, captivated by its strength and mystery. This is what it means to let sleeping dogs lie, to become a person who doesn't shift to meet someone's attention, but remains steadfast, knowing your value and trusting that the right people will come to you. So, the next time you feel the urge to chase, remember that calm, composed wolf, that steadfast mountain. You don't need to pursue those who aren't willing to stay on their own. By standing firm, you project a quiet power that they can't help but notice. Trust in your worth and let those who value it make the journey back to your door. Number 6, lay your cards on the table. Communicate your needs clearly. Imagine this. You're sitting in a dimly lit room, trying to play a game of poker with someone who never shows their cards. You're left guessing, uncertain, wondering what they're hiding. Relationships, much like a game of poker, require honesty and openness for anyone to feel truly invested. But too often, we shy away from laying our cards on the table when it comes to our needs, thinking it will seem too vulnerable, too needy, or that it will scare the other person away. The truth is, clarity isn't a weakness. It's a strength that makes you unforgettable. When you openly communicate your needs and expectations, you set a standard that commands respect. You become someone who values themselves enough to be upfront about what they want and need. As Epictetus once said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Knowing and expressing your needs is a way of adorning yourself with self-respect. When you're clear about your boundaries, you're not leaving room for others to misunderstand or take you for granted. Instead, you become the rare person who stands firmly in their truth, inspiring others to do the same. Think of it like a sturdy anchor dropped into the ocean. An anchor doesn't chase after the boat, but it keeps it grounded, offering support and stability in any storm. Your clear communication is that anchor. It shows people where you stand and gives them the security of knowing what you expect. By laying your cards on the table, you eliminate the guessing games, creating a foundation of honesty that's impossible to ignore. It's natural to wonder, if I reveal my needs, will they see me as difficult or demanding? Here's where dark Stoic psychology comes into play. Your transparency isn't about seeking approval or bending to fit into someone else's desires. It's about showing them that you know your value and won't settle for less than what you deserve. You're not afraid to let people know where you stand, because you're standing tall in your worth. This confidence creates a powerful allure. People respect those who respect themselves, and clear communication is a sign of that respect. Imagine a lighthouse standing at the edge of a stormy shore, its light shining brightly, guiding ships through the darkness. The lighthouse doesn't hesitate or dim its light based on who's approaching. It simply shines clear and steadfast. When you communicate your needs, you become that lighthouse, a steady guiding presence that people can trust. Those who truly value you will be drawn to that clarity, and those who don't will naturally drift away, leaving space for those who appreciate what you bring to the table. So, lay your cards down with pride. Be clear about what you want, unapologetically. In doing so, you show others that you're a person of depth and strength, someone who's not afraid to stand by their values. This is how you attract people who truly respect you, by letting them see who you are and what you need. Embrace this truth. When you're honest about your needs, you become unforgettable. You don't need to chase. They'll come to you, drawn by your courage and unwavering self-worth. Number 7. Stand tall. Embody self-respect in every action. Imagine walking into a room. Your presence is calm, yet powerful, with a quiet confidence that fills the space without a single word. This isn't arrogance, it's the essence of self-respect, a rare and magnetic quality that makes people take notice, often without understanding why. When you embody self-respect in everything you do, others sense that you value yourself deeply, and that respect becomes contagious. Like a lighthouse standing tall on a rocky shore, you're a beacon of strength and stability, drawing people to you by the sheer force of your dignity. As the Stoics say, know first who you are, then adorn yourself accordingly. When you know your worth and carry yourself with quiet assurance, you become unshakable. Think of a towering oak tree, its roots deeply anchored in the earth. It doesn't sway to the whims of passing winds or bend to accommodate every passing storm. Instead, it stands firm, inspiring awe and respect in everything around it. This is how self-respect works. It grounds you, makes you resilient, and draws people to you without a single ounce of desperation. Standing tall isn't about seeking validation from others. It's about refusing to compromise your values, refusing to let anyone shake the foundation of who you are. By embodying this unyielding self-respect, you send a powerful message. Only those who respect your worth can enter your life. Hold your head high, plant your feet firmly, and let your self-respect shine through every action. When you do, others will be drawn back to you, not because you chased them, but because you became someone truly unforgettable. Stand tall and watch how the world shifts to make room for you. Number 8. Keep your eye on the ball. Commit to continuous self-improvement. Imagine you're a sculptor, tirelessly chiseling away at a block of marble. With each deliberate strike, a masterpiece slowly emerges, a reflection of your vision and persistence. This is you, constantly refining yourself, shedding old layers, and revealing the brilliance within. When you keep your eye on the ball and commit to continuous self-improvement, you don't just change yourself, You transform the way others perceive you. Suddenly, those who drifted away find themselves irresistibly drawn back, intrigued by the evolving masterpiece you've become. As the philosopher Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he's not the same man." By dedicating yourself to growth, you become like that ever-changing river, dynamic, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. People are naturally attracted to what is novel and compelling. When they see you relentlessly pursuing excellence, overcoming obstacles, and rising above your former limitations, they'll realize there's more to discover about you. Your journey becomes a magnet, pulling them back with an irresistible force. Think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. During its time in the cocoon, it appears inactive, but profound changes are happening within. When it finally emerges, it's a completely different creature, vibrant, free, and captivating. Your commitment to self-improvement is your cocoon. While others might think you've stepped back, you're actually preparing for a grand re-entry. And when you spread your wings, they'll be left in awe, eager to be part of the next chapter of your story. In the realm of dark Stoic psychology, this relentless pursuit of betterment isn't just about personal gain. It's a silent declaration of your resilience and autonomy. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, Marcus Aurelius once said. Instead of reacting to those who have overlooked or underestimated you, channel that energy into becoming the best version of yourself. Your success and growth become the undeniable evidence of your strength, making others rethink their choices. So, keep your eye on the ball. Invest in your passions, expand your knowledge, and hone your skills. Every step forward not only elevates you, but also sets you apart in a way that's impossible to ignore. As you ascend, they'll realize that to be part of your life, they need to rise as well. Your journey of self-improvement becomes the path they must follow to find their way back to you. Embrace this path with determination and joy. Let your transformation speak volumes without uttering a single word, and as you continue to grow, stand firm in the knowledge that you are the architect of your destiny, inspiring others to seek the greatness within themselves. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to step into your own strength, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Every like and subscribe fuels us to keep creating content that uplifts and empowers. Together, let's build a community dedicated to growth and unshakable confidence.